I used to have the lowest testosterone levels in my school. I can brutally remember walking every morning into the school grounds with my big group of circle of mates, walking in there and just feeling like a bitch. Would always overthink, overanalyze what everyone was to say about me. Is my hair perfect? How am I looking? Hands in pockets, head down, never looked anyone in the eyes. I used to be that guy, and I knew deep down this wasn't who I was. I knew I wasn't like this feminine, weak little guy. I knew I could be more than this. I knew I could be that high testosterone Chad. I just didn't know how. I didn't know the habits I was meant to do. I didn't know what I was not meant to do. And this only held back my own progress for multiple years. I was stuck as this same, awkward, skinny, insecure guy for pretty much all of high school. I hated high school. And now I look back and I'd wonder if I had this education that I do now, would have high school been a much more fun experience for me, because I look back on it and it was hell. And that was all because of my health. That was all because of how low my testosterone levels were. In this video, I'm going to share with you the main lessons and learnings, what truly helped me increase my testosterone levels naturally, the education I've learned in the past 2 to 3 years, which have just honestly transformed my life, my physical health, my mental health, my social life. Everything's just 10x the more I've tried to improve and increase my testosterone levels. I hope this video can motivate and inspire you to take action. First off, why should you listen to me? Well, my name is Adrian. I've been training in the gym for 6+ years. I've experienced what it's like to be both low test and high test, and I can assure you one is a lot better than the other. It feels purposeful for me to help others strive for improvement in all areas of self-development. Finally, I'm proud of the progress I've made in my journey and feel like sharing it with you will only help accelerate your very own progress. Quick plug, I'm currently doing one-on-one coaching calls. These calls are designed to help young men improve their confidence through tailored self-improvement strategies, specifically focuses on identifying your current challenges, setting actionable goals, and providing practical advice to boost your self-confidence. The link's in the description for those of you who are interested. And finally, make sure to subscribe to this channel to get these full-length educational guides a whole lot more often on your homepage, instead of the shitty clickbait entertainment videos you watch every night, which make you feel like what a complete and utter waste of time. Why did I watch that? I didn't learn a thing. It just drained and wasted my overall time. My promise to you is that at the end of this video, you will not only learn about how I managed to improve my testosterone levels, but ultimately you'll become equipped with the education needed to implement these learnings in your own life. So, the parts of this video include 1. Becoming aware of your health. 2. Eliminating bad habits. 3. Resisting urges. 4. Stressing less. 5. Going outside. 6. Starting small. And 7. We'll finish off with the actionable step. Let's get started. Number 1. Becoming aware of your health. I used to not give two single shits about my health. I used to always prioritize everything else over my health. What do I mean by this? I'd prioritize pleasure over my health. I'd prioritize eating junk food over my health. I'd prioritize staying up late, playing video games over my health. I wasn't aware that your health actually is one of the most important things in life. And that right now, the reason why you probably feel like shit, you're probably scared to approach that girl, you probably just feel like a little bitch. I'm sorry, but it's just the truth. It's honestly because of how low your testosterone levels are. 16-year-old Adrian wasn't aware of his health. He wasn't aware of having a healthy diet actually improves how you feel. He wasn't aware of getting your 8 hours sleep makes you feel a whole lot more confident about yourself. I wasn't aware of any of those things. And first off, congratulations to you. The fact that you're watching this video means that you're kind of aware of maybe you have pretty bad health and you want to improve that. You're on the right track. So you're already making progress to become the best version of yourself. So props to you, man. And if you're kind of unfamiliar, not really sure why testosterone is so important. Younger me used to always think, oh, testosterone, that's just steroids. The only way to improve that is with PEDs, supplements, all that shit. No. Testosterone is one of the greatest things which is actually in your control, which is something you can actually improve on and become the best version of yourself. The much more charismatic, confident, masculine guy, the more you can educate yourself about it, because I didn't have this education. I wish younger me knew about all of these things that I'm about to teach in this video, because without all of these lessons and learnings I've learned in the past 3 years, I wouldn't be sitting here right here today. I wouldn't have the confidence to record this video right now. Testosterone, like, honestly, I'm not going to say it changed my life, but learning more about it just improved the quality of my life drastically. And the more you can start to become aware of your health, the more motivated you're going to be, the more inspired you're going to be, the more likely are you're going to become to take action on those hard tasks. The guy who has high testosterone, hard work feels good for him. He likes going to the gym. He likes doing his business. He likes reading books. He likes doing the hard stuff because it feels like he's progressing. Whereas the guy with low testosterone, the guy who doesn't care about his health, the guy who's unaware about his health, he's a whole lot more less likely to do what's hard. He's more likely to skip those gym sessions. He's more likely not to do some oral presentation or some public speech. He's a whole lot less likely to go approach that girl. Being aware of your testosterone is the main, most important thing to start off this video. And the fact that you're watching this, congratulations to you, man. You're actually aware of this and you want to improve it. So how do you improve it? Well, let's get to that. Number 2, eliminating bad habits. You know, going out and drinking alcohol every single weekend isn't good for the future you. You know, playing video games up until 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 a.m. isn't promoting the future you. We all understand that these bad habits aren't necessarily good for not only your health, but your testosterone levels. We all know that, right? You know, eating that Big Mac doesn't make you any healthier after you finish consuming it. You have to become even more aware and realize that these crabs, these things that are pulling you back, that make you feel super, super, super good in the moment, are actually not doing the future you literally any good. They're pretty much just like stealing happiness off that future version of you. Every single time you grab that Big Mac and you take a bite of it, you're pretty much slapping your future self in the face. You're slapping him and you're saying, here, you can have worse skin. You can have more body fat. You can have lower testosterone levels. You're doing him no good. And the sooner you can realize this is only limiting your potential every time you drink alcohol, every time you take a bite of the Big Mac, the sooner you can realize this is only limiting your potential and it's actually just making it take a whole lot more longer for you to reach the best version of yourself, the sooner you can flip this, the sooner you can say to yourself, I'm going to start prioritizing pain over pleasure. I'm going to start doing what's hard in the moment, but in which promotes the future me, in which hugs the future version of myself, doesn't slap him, gives him a nice hug and saying, here, take this gift. I'm working out now, it's super hard, but future me, take these extra kilos of muscle. Take these higher levels of testosterone. Not these lower levels of testosterone, not this extra body fat. I'm doing him a favor. And that's the mindset you got to have, because these bad habits that you're currently like super addicted to, which I've made videos about, like how to beat these addictions. I'll link them in the description. These bad habits are making you, they're kind of destroying your confidence. They're kind of destroying how you feel, how you look, how you just move on a day-to-day basis. Eliminate them and watch how fast your testosterone levels improve, because realistically, it's not like the first most important step for improving your health is you don't have to do anything. You just don't have to do the bad stuff. Don't eat junk food. Don't drink alcohol. Don't fap. And you're already like, I'm going to be honest, like 90% better than your competition. Everyone else does all these bad habits. Everyone else is unaware of how to improve their health. Do you think all of your friends are watching this video right now and educating themselves? Or what do you think your friends are doing in their spare time right now? They're indulging in crap. They're probably playing video games. They're probably eating some Uber Eats bullshit processed seed oil crap. And they'll probably finish the night with a fap. So realize the first and most important step when you're trying to improve yourself is not only being aware of your health, but also number 2 is not doing the bad stuff. Laying down and saying to yourself, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do all of this bad shit. I'm not going to do any of it because it's reducing my testosterone levels. And I know how important my testosterone levels are to make me more likely to do hard work more often. Eliminate the bad stuff. Number 3, resisting urges. I'm not just going to say by not fapping, you're going to turn into Superman. But let's just be completely authentic and real here. Every time you fap, you experience these feelings of like guilt, shame, regret a whole lot more intensely, right? Like every time you finish it, you get that like post nut clarity. You feel kind of down. What makes you think, if you're a consistent fapper, what makes you think you're gonna be consistent with doing hard work when you experience these emotions a whole lot more often than the guy who doesn't fap, than the guy who's on no fap, than the guy who's prioritizing his mission slash purpose over girls, like in this current moment? So now we're starting to talk about like the higher levels of competition. Congratulations to you. You're aware of your health. You're not doing the bad habits, but you can't control your urges. I feel like if you want to like have this period of development and growth, you have to stop worrying about girls for like a specific period of time. You have to hop on semen retention because when you do, yeah, there's like been proven studies about, oh, your testosterone levels increase by like 200% in the first 7 days. Whatever. That's not what I'm trying to say. I think the main most important thing with semen retention is it gives you more energy to focus on more of the good stuff, to focus more on the good habits, which, yeah, in return, these good habits which you do more of will give you even more testosterone. Think of your think of semen retention as like a battery. This sounds fucked. The more you fap, the more you're just decreasing your battery. The more you're just decreasing your motivation levels. The more you're just decreasing and ruining the way you feel. You want to attract higher quality girls, right? Like we all do. It's a masculine desire. We want to attract the most feminine. If you're masculine, we want to attract the most like feminine girl and have them in our lives. We all want that, but realize you're probably not on that level yet. Which I wasn't either, bro. I wasn't either. I was that type of guy who'd be glued on my phone and would just Snapchat and be distracted for like hours on end. Snapchat like hundreds of girls and would get rejected. How much time did I waste, bro? So much time. I'd be on Instagram constantly scrolling at Insta models, just being a slave to my urges. Just steals my focus, steals my productivity, makes me feel worse about myself. What if you were to hop on semen retention? What if you were to cut off all of these distractions for a select period of time? How much more masculine would that future version of yourself look like? How much more confident will he be? How much more muscle would he have? How much more charismatic would he be? When have you challenged yourself to do something that's relatively hard? Like, oh yeah, you go to the gym, congratulations. That was kind of hard in the initial stages. It took a little bit of discipline. But after a couple months, you start to enjoy the gym. When have you challenged yourself? Do semen retention. Just see what happens. Because the more you can eliminate these distractions and start to spend more time improving yourself, like actually do the work, actually read the books, actually eat healthy and do all this good stuff. Bro, give yourself 1 year, 365 days. I'm I'm pretty certain that future you is going to be able to attract higher quality girls than the current girls you can only attract. Resist urges, and with this period of time of just resisting the urges, you're going to be pretty bored. And that's a good thing because then you can ask yourself that this is what happened with me. I started my self improvement journey with no fap. And I'm not saying no fap increases your testosterone by this much. No. What I'm saying is you start to have more energy. You start to almost like, yeah, become bored. And when I became bored, when I didn't do this degenerate habit, I said to myself, oh, how can I become better? I'm not doing the bad shit anymore. Let me research about testosterone levels. What can I do next to become even more confident? Because I was hearing all this shit like, oh yeah, no fat makes you confident, makes you Superman, which to a degree, yeah, but it's almost just like a combination of everything together makes you the best version of yourself, not just one specific habit. You're not attracting shit right now if you're a regular fat bar and you're not working on yourself. I promise, if you can resist these urges for 6 months, 3 months, I don't know, select a time frame, write it down on a whiteboard, 6 months, I'm sure in the long run that future is going to have like much more high testosterone than probably you currently right now. Like, I'm sorry, but like right now, I'm looking at you. You have some pimples on your face. Your body fat's like pushing 16%. You can't really cultivate your girl, which is fine. I used to be this guy. It's just this is what you have to do to pull yourself out of that rut. So resist urges. It's one of the most important steps. Number 4, stressing less. I used to have some of the worst anxiety. The younger me couldn't walk in a shopping center and stress what everyone was thinking about me, like just to get my groceries. This was only like 2 years ago. I'd crumble and get crazy anxiety every single time I'd have to go get groceries. My stress levels were through the roof, and I didn't know how to improve that. I didn't know how to reduce my stress, how to feel more calm. Well, first off, realize that higher cortisol, which is the stress hormone, that equals lower testosterone. So maybe you are doing all the good habits and you're not doing the bad habits anymore, which congratulations. But maybe you still feel like super, super stressed, which is kind of holding you back. One of the quickest and like easiest ways to just reduce stress in the present moment is to focus on your breathing. And no, not being a not being a stupid fat soy boy mouth breather, because that's what I used to think. Please don't do that. You want to be a nasal breather. Breathe through your nose. Not only is it a whole lot better for your facial attractiveness, but it just lowers your cortisol and stress hormone by like a much more like greater percentage than being a mouth breather. There's like proven studies on this, like how mouth breathing is so bad for your health, and how that you should wear. I actually have them here. You should wear nasal strips every time you go to sleep. These are like things you put on your nose, which kind of make you become a better nose breather. Because most people, when they're sleeping, they're snoring, they're breathing through their mouths, which is actually like ruining their testosterone. It's making them feel a whole lot stressed. The 8 hours which you're sleeping, you're being a mouth breather. What if these 8 hours? What if these 8 hours you would be a nose breather? How much more stress free would the future you be? And I know this is only one like small piece of the puzzle to reducing your stress. Meditation obviously is the greatest thing to do, but another good thing to like reduce your stress to improve your tests, reduce your screen time. Right now, you spend like brother. Right now, you spend like over how many hours on your phone? How many hours are you spending? Why is it like color screwed up? You're spending over 6 hours on your phone. Literally a quarter of your day. What is your screen time? No wonder you feel like shit when you're spending so much time comparing yourself to others. No wonder you feel like shit when you're getting all these feelings of FOMO, fear of missing out, so often when you're seeing all your friends at something you get invited to. That's making you stress. Stop comparing yourself. What if you were to reduce your screen time? Reduce the amount of chances of you comparing yourself to others. How much lower will your stress be? How much higher will your testosterone be? Sounds kind of stupid, but it's so true. I used to constantly compare myself to others. I used to constantly get FOMO on like snap maps and see everyone's at this party and I'm not invited. And I would just stress and not do anything to better myself. That was me. And I look back now and what if I was to just grab my phone and fuck it off, put it in a closet, lock it up, and just do the work? I'd start to feel happier with my situation instead of worrying so much about the external. Because deep down, listen, you can only control the internal. You can only control what you do. So why don't you do that instead of worrying about everyone else? Your stress is going to decrease for the good, bro. You're going to reduce this cortisol, which is just like sapping your test. And you'll realize once you can pass this like initial phase of not going on your phone, like it requiring a little bit of discipline. Once you can pass that like initial phase, you're going to start to have more fun. You're going to start to find your time more valuable. You're going to want to start to spend more time on just improving yourself. You're going to start to have more fun with the rewards you're getting. And sooner rather than later, you're going to start to, the external is going to start to almost like want you more. I know this sounds weird, but like the higher vibrations you could become, the higher like testosterone you become, people get attracted to that. Guys and girls, right? Like like being around the high testosterone guy. And right now, you're probably not that high testosterone guy. So do the work, focus on your stress, and stop worrying about the external, because in the long run, the more you can focus on the internal, the greater like the external will be to you. No shit, you're not getting respect. No shit, you're not getting invited to parties when you're just a loser. Like, yeah, you're fapping before bed, bro. Like, what the fuck are you doing? What if you were to stop doing this? What if you were to take care of your stress levels? What if you were to stop doing the bad habits and start doing the good habits? Then the external will actually start to be a whole lot more nicer to you. You'll start to get a whole lot more respect from guys. You'll start to get a whole lot more attraction from girls. Focus on your stress and just reduce your screen time. Focus on your breathing. Your life will change for the better. Number 5, going outside. When was the last time you've been outside? You've been inside for like the last 10 hours watching these self-improvement videos, and you've just missed your whole opportunity of the day to get sunlight. You do know sunlight, vitamin D, makes you feel a whole lot more happier. You do know that boosts your testosterone. Like, there's plenty of studies on this. What if you were to make it a goal of yours to get 30 minutes at least 3 times per week? Not only would you get a tan, not only would you feel a whole lot more confident, but your testosterone levels will actually increase. You'd start to feel good about yourself. You'd start to see going outside as an opportunity to become better instead of, oh, it's too hot to go outside. I'm just going to stay inside and play video games. Go fat my, like, go outside, bro. I don't care if it's raining. I don't care if it's not sunny. Still get daylight, because we as humans, we're animals. We all need to go outside and, sorry, one sec. Sorry, lads, I'm kind of sick today. I don't know what it is. Maybe I haven't been getting enough sun myself. We all know going outside and getting sun, how good it makes us feel. No, the sun doesn't give you like skin cancer instantly. Obviously, if you're staying inside for like forever and you're never going outside, obviously, yeah, you probably won't react that well to the sun. But what if you were to progressive overload your time outside? What if you go from not going outside at all to going outside for 10 minutes with all your clothes on? Then what if you were to go the next day? All right, I'm going to go outside for 15 minutes with all my clothes on. Okay, the next day I'm going to go outside with no clothes, with my top off, to get more UV rays, more exposure to the sun, which actually makes me feel better. You almost have to like progressive overload yourself to the sun. And obviously, I understand some people can handle more sun than others. Like, I'm European, my skin actually responds really well to the sun. I can get tanned pretty quickly and like not really that burnt. But I feel like everyone can improve their ability to handle the sun. It's just a matter of progressive overloading it and being aware that the sun's actually good for me. We get pushed out and brainwashed to think that the sun's bad for you. You should never go outside. Always stay under cover. Always get shade. Always wear a hat. I can tell you for certain that the more I've been outside, when it's summer, the happier I am. The higher testosterone I am, the better I feel. The easier I can sleep. The more confident I just look. And like, I'm going to be honest, I look sexier when I have a tan. And probably you will too. Going outside is essential for not only your health, but your testosterone levels. And like I've been saying a lot in this video, the more you can do what's right, the better you will feel. The more likely are you will do the hard work, the better you feel. It sounds like common sense. It's kind of like there's no one thing you should just do. It's a combination of everything. And once you start to implement everything, your willingness to take action is like increased by like 300%. Your ability to build muscle is improved by like 200%. I'm just making up numbers now, but you get what I mean. Testosterone is everything. And right now, you're having your little vitamin D3 supplement. You're not going outside, bro. Fucking throw those supplements in the bin. Go outside, touch grass, embrace sunlight, because that's going to make you feel 100 times better than what you currently feel like. Just go outside for 10 minutes. No, you're not going to get any bad things for just being outside for 10 minutes, bro. If anything, the return you're going to get on it is greater than the cons, the negatives, or the negatives. Go outside. Number 6, starting small. You're probably like super, super motivated right now. Oh, I know what to do. I got to do this. I got to do this. I got to go outside. I got to not fap. Your motivation level's like through the roof. And That's how they were for younger me when I started watching like how to build muscle in the fastest way videos. Oh, take this supplement. That's how I used to feel in 2019. Motivation is emotion. Motivation is an emotion. It fluctuates. Right now, you're super motivated to improve your health and become that masculine version of yourself. But tomorrow, you can completely forget that I posted this video. You can completely forget about all the education I just taught you. You have to be patient. You have to start small because if you start too big and you try to do everything all at once, it's a bit daunting. It's a bit frightening. You're probably not going to really stick with it in the long run. Like, I'm just being honest. When I'd watch all of these like gym videos, how to build muscle in the quickest way, take this supplement, it motivated me. And I've still built the body I wanted like today in this present moment. But there's a thing called information overload. As good as it is to educate yourself and consume content, there has to come a period of time where you say, I've learned everything I've learned. Now let's actually implement things one by one and make real progress because I have the education now. Now let's actually start. But let's start small. Let's just do one thing, which Adrian said. This next week, let's not worry about let's still play video games. Let's still fap, but let's just try get sunlight. Let's try do one thing. That's what I want from you because I didn't start with everything to improve my health. I started by just not touching my PP. That was my first self-improvement habit. And then that motivated me to take cold showers. To then, oh, sunlight's good. Let's start going outside. I slowly became 1% better every single day and treated my testosterone levels as like a score in a video game. It's almost like I became addicted just by starting small. Like when I started, okay, got good at nofap. Next thing. Feelings of happiness just increase. Testosterone levels just slowly went up like a score in a video game. The higher it got, the more motivation I had, the more desire I had, the more willing I was to just do what's hard. And my best advice to you right now is just for you to enjoy the journey because it's a never ending journey, bro. That's what self improvement is. That's what health is. You're constantly trying to become better. I'm still trying to improve my health. I'm still trying to educate myself on what I can do better. Is my sleep being optimized? Am I training correctly? I'm still trying to learn. I'm just teaching you right now what I've learned in this current, like, quick little 4-year journey or 5-year journey. And I want you to take action because action speaks louder than words. And if you don't take action, this complete video was a waste of time. This was some extremely valuable knowledge, and I want you to use it to your advantage. Because younger Adrian didn't have this advice. Younger Adrian was, honestly, the YouTubers he had back in his time were pretty shitty. Whether it be the self improvement guys who were extremely shit, but like the gym guys I was listening to, they were just boring. They never really motivated me to take action, like most of them. Unlike like, I guess a couple were pretty good, like Greg Doucette and like Mike Thurston, but everyone else was just shit. I hope I've motivated you, and I hope you've realized that you have to just start sooner rather than later. If you want to like become confident, if you want to increase your test, it's just a matter of taking action. Number 7, my actionable step for today's video is ask yourself right now, what is the one area that you know deep down is severely lacking? Is it your training? Is it your diet? Is it your stress levels? Or is it like your bad habits like alcohol and all that shit? Make it a goal of yours to relentlessly improve this chosen area in the next month. Just 1 month. And witness how much your health improves because of it. What is your coping mechanism right now? What do you do which is fun for you, which you indulge in your free time? What is it? Is it scrolling? Is it video games? Is it fapping? Whatever it is. Pick the one thing which you feel like is making you feel the worst about yourself and just try your absolute best to demolish this. Improve at it. If it's alcohol, go a whole month without touching any of this poison, bro. And see how much your life improves because all it takes is one thing. All it takes is you saying to yourself, I'm going to stop doing this one thing. And when you become good of that, when you start to gain momentum, then you ask yourself, what's the next thing? Cold showers are good. I'm going to start implementing that. I'm going to start doing it. Just start. Pick one thing, improve at that, take action. I hope this advice was valuable and it motivates and gives you the education you need to increase your testosterone levels. Leave a comment about your self improvement journey down below, like and subscribe for more videos about self improvement, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.